I am happy for you if you've been promised or earmarked for a promotion in your current workplace, because I know you're doing all that it takes to prepare yourself so that when the opportune time comes, you're actually ready for that promotion. So I want us to have a conversation in today's episode about what you need to do if you've been earmarked for promotion in your current workplace. And guys, I decided to have this conversation because I have listened to so many people, and I realized, or from my conversation and interaction with many people who include my audience, is that sometimes these promotions, or rather sometimes these promises, never come to see the light of the day. So I don't know if you've ever been in a state where you've been waiting for promotion so much in your current place of work and it did not come to materialize. What really happened? And that is actually what I learned. I had this conversation recently on my LinkedIn, and I posted, and the reactions, of people just saying that they were earmarked for promotion. They waited for a specific period of time, then this promotion never came to actually materialize. So if this is a conversation that you'll want to listen to, if you like to learn, then what do you need to do if you've been earmarked for promotion in your current place of work, then I am sure you'll want to stick with me through this video. But guys, before we get into this video, I would like to give a special shout out to Ghene women wear for dressing me today. This amazing top, this fabulous pant that I'm wearing. So if you're a lady out there looking to look as fabulous as I do today, I'm leaving their number. I'll leave their number and the link to their social medias in the description of this video, and the number is also running on the screen. Please feel free to reach out to them. Feel free to check out their social medias for amazing women and ladies attires. Thank you. Let's get into the video. So one of the most important things that you always have to ensure that happens before you're earmarked for any promotion is that it needs to be documented. I know most of the times the promotion conversations happens between you and your line manager. And one mistake that most people do is that you leave the conversation at that point. So you never had it, or you never have it documented anywhere, like on email. You have a sit down with your line manager and you've gone to ask for a promotion, or you've just finished your performance appraisal and you feel that you want to convince your manager that you're ready for the next level. Then after that sit down, it is never documented anywhere. So one of the things that you need to do is to ensure that the conversation about you being earmarked for promotion is documented. So after having that conversation with your line manager, please ensure that he or she or yourself do a follow-up on email to ensure that there is a record, or it can always there's a reference point that you have been earmarked for promotion, and their justifications on that email or on that where it is documented, so that when it comes to the time that you've agreed that your promotion will take place, there will be no hindrance. That brings me to my next point on what you need to consider if you've been earmarked for promotion. Ensure that this conversation is not only between you and your line manager. And let me expound on this point. I realized, like I said, when you have this conversation with your line manager, you just leave it at that point. So it is only you and your line manager who knows about it. So what happens in the event that your line manager leaves the company? What happens in the event that your line manager who earmarked you or promised you for a promotion leaves the company? Then there is no trace of that conversation, or there's nobody else who knows about it. So here is what you need to do. So once you've had this conversation with your line manager, you need to ensure that the key stakeholders in your company, who could be your human resource department, could be your CEO, could be your MD, could be maybe the HOD, the head of departments in your organization, knows about it. So once you've had this conversation with your line manager, ensure that it reaches or it is communicated to the key stakeholders. So guys, let's at any point, ensure that the conversation about you being earmarked for promotion is not only known to you and your line manager, or else this may never ever materialize, because it needs to be a very it needs to be a communication that the key stakeholders know, because we'll just get to that point. But when you're marked for promotion, it actually means there are steps, or there are things that you need to do to get there. So when it is known to key stakeholders like your HR, as I've mentioned, your MD, your CEO, there are always people who will hold you accountable, and there are always people who can review your performance over time. And my third point, guys, if you've been earmarked for promotion, ensure that the reasons behind you being earmarked are actually justifiable. Here's the thing. One of the reasons that can make you get into the list of people ready for promotion is because of a good performance. Another one would be you've outgrown the current role, And of course, there are so many reasons, but I want to focus on the two and show you how it is important to ensure that the reasons for which you've been earmarked for promotion or promised a promotion are justifiable. I know there are promotion conversations that have happened maybe between an employee and their manager in a very social setup during those evening company catch-ups, which is okay. But the reason I say that it needs to be justifiable is because sometimes in the future somebody can come and question why you've been promoted. So, but in the event that you're earmarked for promotion because of a good performance, someone can actually not question, because there's a good track record of a good performance. In the event you've been earmarked for promotion because you've outgrown the current role, then it will be very hard for someone to fight back that promotion. So at any point, whenever you've had a promotion conversation, and this is a very serious point, guys, ensure that it is justifiable. It's so that somebody doesn't come later and say that maybe your manager is favoring you, your manager likes you. Let it come out like it is a reward for your effort. It is a reward for something that you've done. It is a reward for your good performance. Then that way you will never miss out on any promised promotion. When I was starting this video, I said that I wanted to have this conversation because I have interacted with many people who say, I was promised this promotion, it never came to pass. This is my current situation. I've been waiting for promotion for so long. So ensure that the reasons for which you're earmarked for promotion are actually justifiable, and even the key stakeholders can actually say that this one is well deserved. So the next thing you need to do is to always ensure that you're clear on the development areas. The development areas are the things that you need to work on as you get ready, or as you await the promotion. So let's say when they're doing maybe the talent mapping, or when they're mapping you as the next person to take the next role, then they'll say maybe you're 85% ready, 75%, 60%, or 90%. So it is important for you that you know that if you're marked at 90%, what is the 10% left? If you're marked at 85%, what is the 10%? What is the 15%? So these are your development areas. So if it is, for instance, your development areas is around leadership, that means you need to develop your leadership skills, because the next role requires you to have strong leadership skills. If it's about interpersonal skills, that means that you need to develop your interpersonal skills, because the next level requires that. So you need to be clear, and you need to have this conversation with your line manager so that they make it very clear for you that as I wait on this list for promotion, then what do I need to work on? So after knowing that, then you need to ensure, which will bring me to my next point, that you are constantly building your skills. So you need to ensure that you're aware of your development areas and you're working on them. And as you work on them, it is important that you and your manager need to constantly be evaluating to actually assess the level of your growth. So don't just sit there waiting for promotion without knowing what is it that you need to work on, because that time can reach and somebody can still challenge you and tell you that you're not ready because you've not developed the skills in the areas that are required. So that brings me to my next point, which I just mentioned, is that you need to be constantly learning, upskilling, and reskilling. Guys, one thing we have to know is that the next level always requires a new level of energy, a new level of skills, a new way of doing things. So if you've been earmarked for promotion, please don't sit down there and say, I'm waiting. I have seen so many people lose out on their promotions because the promotion time reaches or that role falls vacant. The next role they want to take up falls vacant, and the line manager or the organization still feels they're not ready. So please don't sit back and say, because I've been earmarked for promotion, I don't need to work so hard. It is the time that you need to even work harder. So continue upskilling, evaluating your skills, even from just doing a personal skills assessment or a skills evaluation, just knowing what is it that I need to. And just to mention in this point is that you need to understand again the next role. And as you understand the next role, it will help you know what skills are required for the next role. That's how you conduct your training needs assessment from a personal level. What is needed for the next level? And you do your own training needs assessment and say that this next level requires a good communicator. I am not one. Then take a personal initiative to grow your communicating skills. So keep on upskilling, keep on reskilling, keep on developing yourself as you prepare. And my next point will actually surprise you guys. I know most of you will not agree with me, but that is, also I share this content from my point of view, from the conversations that I have with people, and of course from the feedback that I receive from my audience. So my next point, if you've been earmarked for promotion, please do not leave ready now offers for promise of the future. Hey, now this is what I mean in this point. Ready now opportunities mean if you're currently in an organization, yes, you've been earmarked for promotion, but you feel that you want to leave or you're ready to leave to grow externally, and an opportunity come. I've also seen many professionals make this mistake. I call it a mistake because I believe that you should not leave ready now opportunities for a promise of the future unless you're very sure about it, unless you feel very ready about it. So let me give you an example. If you've been earmarked for promotion and you get an opportunity that aligns with your career goals in another company or in a competitor right now, and maybe you've been earmarked for promotion, something that will come maybe in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, 2 years, not currently, not now. I always think it is not prudent to leave an opportunity that aligns with your career goals, that aligns with your career ambitions, because you've been promised a promotion. So here's the thing: if this opportunity that you're getting right now aligns with the next step or aligns with the next level where you want to get to, in my opinion, I feel it is okay to take it up, because sometimes you can realize that it is better, it will be better to grow, especially if you've outgrown the current role. So you need to understand, where are you currently? Have you outgrown the current role? Or have you even outgrown the company? Also, sometimes people outgrow the company, by the way. So don't leave ready now opportunities, especially if you're ready to leave and if you feel that your skills will be better utilized in an external environment. And if you feel that that move will help you to achieve your career goals quicker. Another thing that you need to consider is, ask yourself this question: how long ago were you earmarked, or how long ago was the promise to promote you made? And when I say how long ago, here's what I mean. I find sometimes you can stay in the waiting list for so long. If you're promised a promotion like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 years ago, and it has never come, I promise you it may never come. So it is important to consider, how long ago was that promise made. So if it is long overdue, then it may be either you're not ready, or it may be a deceptive promise, or it may be there's no opportunity for you to grow internally. So it is time for you to reevaluate your skills, to reevaluate the internal opportunities, and to make a decision if you actually still want to wait longer, or if you want to grow externally. So it's quite important to guys to put these factors into consideration, because at the end of it all, my mission in this channel is to help you build a rewarding and fulfilling career. So that's why I like having these bold conversations and these things that happen to us every other day at our workplaces. So if you've been promised for promotion, you really need to rethink these points that I've shared. How long ago was this promise made to you? Who else knew about it? Has it been made official in the and made official and communicated to the key stakeholders? What was the basis for you being promised, or how did you get into that waiting list? And of course, are you working on yourself constantly in terms of just preparing yourself for that promotion that you've been promised? And are you aware of your development areas, the things that you need to develop to actually make you ready for that opportunity? So yeah, so that's the conversation I wanted to have with you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your experience has been. Have you ever been promised a promotion? Did it come to pass? How long did you stay in that waiting list? And let me just hear your experience in the comment section. So thank you so much for watching this video. That's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've not subscribed, please, this is a good time for you to join this community where we're all about learning and making ourselves better for those rewarding and fulfilling careers that we so much desire. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.